Right now, someone your age just retired early while you were staring at 40 more years of work. The difference between you and them is not luck, inheritance, or some secret stock tip. It is something far simpler that your employer hopes you never discover. Most people think a steady paycheck equals security, but here's what the numbers actually show. The average retirement account balance for Americans aged 55 to 64 is just $185,000. That is roughly 6 years of living expenses, not the 30 years you will actually need. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we explore digital and online business strategies that create real financial freedom. If you are working harder than ever, but your bank account does not reflect it, this video will change everything. The employment contract our parents knew is dead. Back then, companies rewarded loyalty with pensions, predictable raises, and job security that lasted decades. Today, you are expected to give everything while receiving less purchasing power than workers earned 40 years ago. The system is not broken. It was redesigned this way on purpose. Problem. You've got the promotion you worked 3 years to earn, salary bump looked impressive on paper, maybe a 12% increase that pushed you into a new tax bracket. Then reality hit when your paycheck arrived in after taxes, insurance premiums, and retirement contributions. You cleared an extra $300 per month. Meanwhile, your rent just increased by $200, your car insurance jumped another $80, and grocery prices somehow doubled when you were not looking. You are earning more than ever, but feeling broker than you did 5 years ago. This is not just your experience. It is the defining financial crisis of our generation. We call it the prosperity treadmill, and it is specifically engineered to keep you running faster while never actually getting ahead. Every raise you receive gets immediately absorbed by inflation, lifestyle creep, or the increased costs that come with higher income brackets. You move from a studio apartment to a one-bedroom, from a used car to a certified pre-owned, from basic cable to premium streaming bundles. Each upgrade feels justified because you are finally making decent money, but your savings rate stays exactly the same. The real problem runs deeper than individual spending choices. It is a fundamental mismatch between how we are taught to build wealth and how wealth actually gets built in the modern economy. Your parents were told to get a good job, work hard, and climb the corporate ladder. That advice made sense when companies offered pensions, when housing cost 3 times your annual salary instead of 10 times, and when a single income could support a family. Those economic conditions no longer exist, but we are still following the same playbook. Here is what nobody tells you about traditional employment. Your salary has a ceiling that your expenses do not. Companies have detailed compensation bands that cap how much you can earn in any given role, but your cost of living increases every single year without limit. This creates a mathematical problem that hard work alone cannot solve. You can become the best employee in your department, work 60-hour weeks, and earn every performance bonus available, but you will still hit a wall where your income potential stops, while your expenses continue climbing. The illusion of job security makes this trap even more dangerous. We convince ourselves that stability matters more than growth, that benefits and PTO make up for stagnant wages, that our company loyalty will eventually pay off. Then one day the merger happens, or the restructuring begins, or artificial intelligence makes your department obsolete. And you discover that security was never really yours to begin with. You traded decades of potential earning growth for the comfort of a predictable paycheck, only to find out the paycheck was not actually protected. There's a better way forward, but it requires rethinking everything you believe about income and security. The solution is not working harder at your day job or waiting for the next promotion. The solution is building a side hustle that operates on completely different rules than traditional employment. Solutions. The side hustle most people never consider is digital service arbitrage, and it works because you are leveraging 3 powerful forces simultaneously. You are accessing global markets instead of local ones. You are using technology to multiply your output. You are capturing value that traditional employment structures leave on the table. Let us break down exactly how this works and why it is perfect for someone with a full-time job. Digital service arbitrage means you sell services online that you can deliver using a combination of your expertise and automated tools. For example, let us say you work in marketing at a corporate job. You know how to run advertising campaigns, analyze data, and create strategies. Your salary caps at $75,000 because that is what your position pays. Now imagine taking that same knowledge and offering campaign audits to small businesses for $2,000 each. You complete these audits using templates you create once, artificial intelligence tools that speed up analysis, and systematic processes that turn weeks of work into hours. Suddenly, the same expertise generates 5 times the hourly rate, with none of the salary ceiling limitations. The key is choosing services that have clear outcomes, can be partially automated, and target clients who measure success in ROI rather than hours worked. We recommend starting with audit services, optimization reviews, or strategic planning, because these allow you to charge for your knowledge rather than your time. A business owner does not care if your recommendation took you 3 hours or 30 hours to develop. They care whether implementing it will make them money. This is the fundamental difference between selling time and selling outcomes. Your implementation starts with the service selection framework. First, identify 3 skills from your day job that directly solve expensive problems for businesses. These need to be problems where failure costs $10,000 or more, because that is what justifies premium pricing. Second, package these skills into a specific deliverable that takes you 8 to 12 hours to complete, but saves the client 50 hours or $20,000 in value. Third, price your service at 10% of the value you create, making it an obvious yes for qualified clients. The Digital Freedom Blueprint available on Gumroad walks you through this entire process of client acquisition systems that work even if you have 0 followers or online presence. Most people think they need to build an audience first, but that is backwards. You need to deliver results for 5 clients first, then use those case studies to build your audience. The blueprint shows you exactly how to find those first 5 clients using warm outreach, strategic partnerships, and micro-communities where your ideal buyers already gather. Technology makes all of this possible in ways that did not exist 5 years ago. You can use artificial intelligence tools to handle research, data analysis, and initial draft creation. You can use project management systems to create repeatable workflows that ensure consistent quality. You can use payment platforms that handle invoicing, contracts, and money collection automatically. This means you are not building a traditional service business where growth requires hiring employees. You are building a one-person operation that generates multiple 6 figures because technology handles the leverage. The time commitment is the part that surprises people most. You are not replacing your day job immediately. You're spending 5 to 8 hours per week on your side hustle for the first 6 months. That is 1 hour each weekday evening, or half of your Saturday. During this phase, you are building systems, serving clients, improving your model works. Most people waste this time scrolling social media or watching shows they will forget by next week. You are investing it in building an asset that compounds. Month 7 is when things shift dramatically. You have served 10 to 15 clients, refined your delivery process, and built a referral engine that brings new opportunities without constant hustling. Your side income hits $3,000 to $5,000 per month, which changes everything about how your main income functions. Suddenly, your salary can go entirely to savings and investments because your side hustle covers your living expenses. Or you cut back to 4 days per week at your corporate job and spend the 5th day scaling your business. You now have options that did not exist before, and options are what real wealth looks like. A success story. Chris worked in corporate finance, making $68,000 per year. Sounds decent until you factor in student loans, rent in a major city, and the reality that his raises barely kept pace with inflation. He started offering financial model audits to early-stage startups using the exact framework we just described. That is $150 per hour compared to the $33 per hour his salary represented. Within 8 months, was generating $7,000 per month from his side hustle while still working full-time. The Human plus Artificial Intelligence Equal Career Advantage Guide on PayHip showed him how to use artificial intelligence tools to cut his delivery time in half, which doubled his effective hourly rate to $300. At month 14, Chris made a decision that seemed crazy to everyone around him. He quit his corporate job not to go full-time on his business, but to work just 20 hours per week serving clients while spending the other 20 hours building automated systems. 18 months after starting, the real win is not the money. It is that Chris now controls his time, his income ceiling, and his future in ways that corporate employment never allowed. Here is what actually builds wealth in the modern economy. You need income that scales without trading more of your time. You need skills that you own rather than rent to an employer. You need systems that multiply your output through technology and process. The combination of these three elements creates a side hustle that is not just extra money, it is a complete restructuring of how you generate income and build security. Call to action. Calculate your time to freedom number right now. Take your monthly expenses and divide by your target hourly rate.
Ow.
That is how many billable hours per month you need to replace your salary. For most people, this number is 40 to 60 hours, which means freedom is closer than you think. If you want the complete system for building your digital service business, check out the Digital Freedom Blueprint on Gumroad. If you are ready to leverage artificial intelligence to 10x your productivity, grab the Human plus Artificial Intelligence Equal Career Advantage on PayHip. Like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content on building real wealth outside traditional employment. If you want to learn more about optimizing your health and energy for maximum productivity, check out KB Bluetree Health and Wellness. If you are interested in understanding how artificial intelligence is reshaping the future of work, visit KB Bluetree Artificial Intelligence in Work Life and Society for strategies that keep you ahead of the curve. Your side hustle is not a backup plan. It is your primary wealth-building vehicle. Start building it today.